Sure, we'll go for charisma plus expression. Difficulty unknown. She might very well be trying to resist this. Okay. She says, she doesn't look up. You said I had other options?
Yes, there are things that we can discuss doing. We may have
Kill me.
to... I didn't hear what you said.
Kill me.
And why exactly would you want that?
Because I'm dead anyway.
No, you are not dead yet. You're only dead once you're ashes.
Well, I mean, she is mostly dead.
Clinically, yes, but you know what I mean. In either which way, until you're ashes, there's a reason to keep going. Because if there's many people in this city that can help you right now, we would be the four that would probably be in the best position to do it and the most willing.
Yeah, and Byron will throw in, it's like, well, it is your choice, but I'll tell you, I for one would like to see you stick around for a little longer.
I'm only going to say that the only way you're guaranteed never to have an improvement is to die. As long as you keep kicking, anything can improve.
The girl, what you would have figured might have been the hunger taking over is, perhaps due to some sort of weird blood thing, is actually managing to be incredibly perceptive in this situation. She looks up and says, but if I'm being hunted and you're harboring me, what does that mean for you?
That means we're taking a risk too.
That means many fun nights ahead.
Hey, as long as I can pretend you're a prisoner instead of me harboring you, I'm pretty safe.
Byron will just kind of shrug and half smile.
She looks confused.
You ask 4 people one question, you're always going to get 5 answers.
That's
Still
because
looks
Malkavian's
confused.
going to give 2.
That's all I'm allowed to give? You sure I'm not allowed to give 3?
Shut up, you only get 2. Okay, you can have 3.
In any case, we are actually willing to help you. There is no reason for you to turn us down as far as I can see. You can die here if you want to. You can also try to live. It is your choice. And we'll be happy to do it either way. One way is safer for us. One way is more dangerous for us. We're willing to take the more dangerous path just to help you. Just basically out of the goodness of our hearts.
At the phrase "goodness of our hearts," there's a bitter laugh from her, but she continues to look down at her lap.
So is that a yes, a no, or are you just kind of on the fence right now?
That's a she knows it's not out of the goodness of our hearts. And you do know it's not out of the goodness of our hearts. You also know that it's very well a game for all 5 of us here.
I actually genuinely don't want to see her killed.
Byron thinks she's kind of cute, but he's actually a little indifferent. He's trying to figure out how to play this to his advantage, and keeping her alive a little longer will give him more time to figure that out.
David may be the asshole and the bad cop, but he's an idealist at the core. He does want to see her able to survive somewhere.
Now, I'm curious, how does Byron think he could spin this into a favorable situation for him if she very well is a thin blood who are being hunted by scourges?
Think of the favor he could get by bringing her before the Scourge.
Exactly.
Right, so consorting with a thin blood rather than killing the thin blood himself.
Ah, no, he's interrogating and then bringing her before them to
Yes,
confirm that she was killed.
material information.
She
Right,
might
and
know where other thin bloods are. After all, she was in a gang of them. There's all kinds of ways you can spin this.
yes, and if a scourge was actually there and the present of the attack, so the scourge might have actually known about the situation, therefore she should have been killed rather than somehow surviving. You might be blamed for her survival.
Ah, but he could blackmail the Scourge as well.
You're going to blackmail the scourge?
Byron's not going to blackmail the Scourge.
Of course he is.
This is getting better and better.
Blackmailing a Scourge, getting a suntan, all kinds of things that can be great for a vampire.
Byron's going to ask the group to, he's going to say, well, why don't we leave you here for a moment to think about it. We're going to just take a break outside, and let's leave her in there and discuss this a little bit.
Right. She'll just nod slowly in response, and with that, I'm actually going to step away to close the blinds of my house. I'll leave the recording going if you guys want to talk, although, what the hell, I'll stop it. Whatever. Dun dun dun.
True.
Hey, Grimith, did you get my PM over Skype?
No, I had Do Not Disturb mode on. I'll go ahead and take a look.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know how best to send that to you.
Clearly you should have, pressed the speak to talk button and yelled it as loud as you could.
I mean, that's what I'm
Exactly.
doing right now.
That's always the best move, isn't it? Especially when you're keeping it secret.
Especially. After all, if you can't trust TeamSpeak to keep your secret for you, who the fuck can you trust? Not a
I don't know,
goddamn
Dan.
person. That's who.
You know who we can trust? The internet. They'll never hear a single word of what we're saying.
Never.
Yeah, just Twitter it.
They're totally not going to repeat all of our worst quotes in the comments, forever. Right?
On the bright side, you did have those few minutes of opportunity while I was away and stopped the recording to vent your funniest lines.
Oh yeah, no, we did. We did. Sorry, guys.
We cracked so much wise.
It
It
was
was the
hilarious.
wisest of crackings.
Anyway, I guess we're standing outside of the crazy room.
Okay, that's
Just
fine.
sort of standing there.
You don't hear any noises from inside, so feel free to continue interacting about what you guys might want to do.
So who's suggesting murdering her?
Well, like I said, off recording, Byron's going to say, look, there's a very strong likelihood that that scourge was that mist that was following us. Even if not, I don't want anything to do with this. So if she wants to die, we might want to give her what she wants.
Out
Yeah,
of
but I
character,
don't...
out of character question, do we know who the current Scourge is?
No, the identities of the Scourge are unknown, so that their duties will be not interfered with, at least by neonates.
See, here's the thing. We don't know that was the Scourge, and those scorch marks were certainly unusual enough for, it to be up for debate. And I don't really want to kill her if it turns out it wasn't.
She did say that she and her friends were run out of Jersey City, and I'm pretty sure that the Sabbat don't have scourges.
I mean, if the person who killed them all has anything to do with what happened in Jersey City, I mean, it could be something completely unrelated. This bears more investigation before we make a decision.
Where do you want to put her then? Because she's not coming with me.
Fuck, I don't know.
If it makes you any better, she can stay in my place.
You guys closed the door so that she couldn't hear you all conversing, right?
Nah,
Yeah.
wide open.
No, yeah, she's listening to all of it.
Okay.
No, it's closed, and it's soundproof apparently. We didn't think this through, did we?
Never.
But yeah, if you need to get her a place to stay, I guess you can stay with me in my 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom, crappy apartment.
And if the Scourge comes for you,
I hope he's in a good mood.
Yeah, good luck with that. I still say we should give her what she wants and kill her, but, you know.
Hey, Aaron. Is David still carrying around that stake, or did he, like, drop that? Is he still carrying around the wood? You know, that might make the other vampires nervous if he's still brandishing that thing.
yeah, he's still holding it.
Okay. Guys, the Nosferatu is brandishing a very mean, very nasty, long piece of wood that has blood on the tip in front of you.
Hey David, can you put that down?
Can I put what down?
That.
This thing, the one that I'm like waving around?
Yeah, that.
Yeah, okay.
So, have we decided on anything, or are we still at an impasse?
Well, but I'm just saying, let's just go in and ask her, and if she repeats it again, I mean, I'm not going to step on your toes. If you can convince her either way, whatever. We'll go with what she wants on it. I mean, he's a little exasperated, just wants to get on with it at this point.
All right, let's head back.
Is the door locked? Like, did you guys lock the door whenever you,
I don't know what the locking scheme is.
That's why I was asking for Sean's input on that.
I'd probably imagine that'd be best if it could lock from inside and outside.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, you try the door then?
With a key. With key only.
It's fine. No. It's a bit harder to move. It's not that hard. That's because, whenever you open it, the wrecked ruin of the chair is laying next to it.
Well, that answers our question.
So is there like a pile of ashes in there? Did she just bug the fuck out, or is she about to try and slaughter us?
She's actually in the corner, one of the corners of the room. She's actually sat down. Apparently she had enough of the chair, and she's actually just staring at the metal handcuffs. Those are still on. But the chair, no, she had enough of the chair.
So are you going to want me to take those off, or are you just going to break those too?
Sitting in the corner, slouched down, non-responsive.
Come on.
She did a pretty good number in the chair though. For she's apparently there might be a reason why the Sabbat wanted to recruit her and folks like her.
Damn, for a thin blood, she's still pretty damn strong.
Byron whistles appreciatively.
All right, I'm going to actually be right back. A pizza just arrived.
Woohoo! Well, guys, time to kill David. Well, he's gone.
Yeah, where'd he drop that steak?
Is his neck wide open?
Yeah, sure.
Nom
looks the other way.
nom.
Well, that's gonna be a serious willpower thing.
Gonna move on up in the generation.
You can always feed her to the thin blood.
Hey!
Hey,
No!
that
How about he just takes it?
See, that fixes all our problems in one go.
we lose David, so we don't have the ugly guy anymore. The thin blood becomes a 14th generation, so she's not a thin blood anymore. And does she gain a clan?
She might move up more than that because although we don't know it, I mean, David's 8th generation, so she might move up 2 or 3. Who knows? Up to
And
Grimith.
there's no guarantee she's actually 15th gen. She could be 14th gen. That's when thin bloods start appearing.
Even so, if we feed David to her, problem solved.
Yeah, but convincing her to actually bite him, I don't know. Might be a tough sell, even if she is hungry.
I don't know, man. The chance to, she was, begging for an opportunity to remove that thin blood. You gave her one.
So, to give your thin blood status, you have to kind of eat this guy.
I don't think that'd be a hard sell at all.
I was
Probably
thinking
not.
if we run into someone we don't like, it may be useful from multiple fronts to have her around because of that.
I got it. We'll feed the Scourge to her.
Fantastic. That's your job. Find the Scourge, bring him here, subdue him. We'll be right behind you.
Okay.
You can also just try to convince him to do it on his own if you want to go that route too. That seems just as likely to work.
True. Byron will get right on that.
I'm sure Joseph is in a big hurry for a Scourge to come visit his church.
Yes, all I ever wanted.
Hey, listen. As much as I like seeing Theo Bell, and I like seeing Theo Bell a lot, just having him appear at my doorstep randomly out of nowhere, especially when no one knows where I live, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you sure you want this girl in your apartment still?
In fairness, if anyone is going to figure out where you live, it's going to be an Archon, right?
I mean, if he didn't know where I lived, I would lose a little bit of respect for him.
He was just casually stopping by on his very busy schedule. He's probably fucking down in Florida now. Just killing Sabat.
Just think how cool it would be killing Sabat in the fucking Everglades.
That's like a vacation for him. He comes back.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Who knows? He didn't tell you where he was going. He might still be in the city for all you know.
Well, if he is, well, hope he has ESP and knows what the fuck's going on over here.
Oh, that doesn't break the soundproof barrier.
Wait,
So you made the crazy room psychic proof.
He's a Malkavian. It works, right?
Who better than a Malkavian to do that?
Yeah, some of the tinfoil is still showing at the corners.
Gotta watch out! The Tremere are watching everywhere! I say Tremere rather than, a traditional spy like Nosferatu, because the Tremere have magical ways.
Actually, I think probably one of the most underrated spies among any clan is the Toreador. Now follow me here. You all
Alright, I'll try.
You remember that chick in Hollywood in Bloodlines?
Yes.
Yeah.
Apparently she's Toreador, and you know how she keeps just feeding you information that she can't act on, but you can? That's basically what a Toreador spy is. They have all this information, and they just basically cherry pick it to the right people, and they go and do it, apparently.
Who would suspect a
she's actually
Toreador of being that?
Yeah, she's actually Malkavian on top of that. So,
No one said Bloodlines made a lot of sense.
I think I re-downloaded Bloodlines.
I've got it burned to some disk somewhere around here. Yeah, I bought the game, gave it to my cousin, and I never got it back. I was really irritated.
I would be irritated. It's a good game.
I suppose I should have stopped this recording as soon as Aaron stepped away. I didn't know it would take this long to fetch the pizza from the door. I'll edit it out, I'm sure.
I'm pretty certain, like, that's dinner for him.
Okay. You know,
Like,
I thought grown-up people, you know, eat at the computer, but I suppose not.
I don't know.
Alright, achievement get, fucking Aaron has returned with his pizza. I'm not gonna edit out anything. Fuck all of you people on YouTube.
Great, they get to
Fuck
hear
you
the...
too, Grimith. Fuck you too.
Yep. Then these come from my YouTube viewers too, so it's like, they're experiencing everything and yet I'm still telling them this. Maybe I won't even upload this session. So yes, that's where you were, in the crazy room, with the chair that, it wouldn't have taken her too much effort. I mean, you know, you did untie her legs, so all that was really attaching her to the chair was, you know, her position, you know, with the handcuffs, right? She could do some crazy shit. Like, stand up.
Pretty wild.
I know!
It makes me wonder what is the point of ripping up the chair.
Just wanting
Yeah.
to break something?
Well, I would think that if she broke the chair and she really wanted to die, she would have staked herself. Maybe she can't bring herself to. Maybe that's the problem. But she did have that option.
Staking herself wouldn't have killed her, though.
Right, and she might not have the means by which she can cause her own final death in the room, since it's supposed to be a crazy safe room, so that, say, the Malkavian can't kill himself. She could have attacked you, though. She didn't.
There is that.
So you don't want me to take the handcuffs off?
Still non-responsive. Not much of a talker.
I'm trying to decide whether or not to make innuendo out of that.
Is it working?
That's okay, I prefer them quiet anyway.
Yeah!
Wait, no, I found a better one.
All the other vampires just see David pull out a pair of sunglasses.
Who the fuck?
Here. I got something better she can do with her mouth. Yeah.
And now all the vampires vomit in unison.
Yeah, so while you were gone, we actually discussed fixing the thin blood problem by feeding your AFK character to her.
I know, that fixed it.
Yeah, I would.
We figured she'd go for it.
You'd even have a new character.
Well...
You can play the woman.
I've played weirder.
I mean, he is a vampire. That's already crazy enough in this fucking setting.
I mean, honestly, vampire is so far from human, I don't think that gender matters that much. That'd be the least of concerns.
Alright, so she's non-responsive to you all. What are you four going to do?
Do you guys want to sit on it for the night?
No, I don't want to sit on her tonight.
We have to make a decision
wait,
now.
Yes.
Well, I mean, if she's just unresponsive, I'm not sure what to do about it. If there's a secure place to lock her up with a bed and all that, if this room has it, that's fine. We could uncuff her and just leave her here. You know. And I'm assuming Joseph kind of wants her to GTFO. I wouldn't blame him.
Assuming that she might not actually be strong enough to somehow break through of this thing while she's unsupervised.
As far as Byron's concerned, problem solved. Okay, he's like, all right, she's not with us anymore. Moving on.
The Malkavian just looks at the hole in his crazy room and just sobs.
Hey, well, I guess she is probably stronger than me, considering, you know, everyone's stronger than me.
Let's say what, 1 strength?
Yeah, I guess you don't really have to worry about me actually damaging anything.
Yeah, I'm just saying, See, she might not just be really strong, it's just that all of Joseph's stuff doesn't have to be really strong.
God, they've been giving paper chairs and I haven't realized it.
David,
Yes?
what do you think we should do with her?
I'm tempted to give her a bus pass and point her somewhere else.
It's about the nicest thing we could do besides kill her.
Pretty much.
Well, if we're going to do that, then we might as well see if we can take a night to see if there's at least somewhere better we can figure out to point her rather than just saying, hey, why don't you go that way? So if we're going to do that, why don't we take the moment to actually get things together and go and look for different ways and see what we can each turn up?
Well, what about where you're from, Byron? Do they have much of a vampire population there?
Where I'm from?
Well,
my
where your
place is-
sire's from.
Oh, he wouldn't have known anything about that. I mean, he was in Luxembourg with, he mainly was with elders. He doesn't know much about the thin blood problem or anything like that.
Yeah, Europe's probably a really bad decision.
Not like she's not having enough trouble adjusting to being a vampire here.
Yeah, throwing her out to Europe on top of that?
And by the way, apparent age for her, late teens, early 20s. But closer to late teens.
So the thing is right now, we have to either put her somewhere, we really can't get rid, we really have to either kill her or protect her.
Now's really the time to make that decision because we really need to stick to it one way or the other, because either which way, if we don't, it's going to fuck us one way or the other.
Alright, I'm not sure whether or not I would know that LA's an anarch place. Would I?
Seems reasonable that there is a rumor and conjecture floating about as a whole of the anarch-free state over there on the West Coast.
Let's point her towards LA and let her go.
You guys are discussing this in the room while she can hear you, right? Or did you step back outside and close the door? Okay. Alright. So you stepped back out and you closed the door again. Got it.
I'm sure we're instilling much confidence in this young girl with her
I don't give a
decisive.
flying fuck about her confidence in us.
Neither does Byron, but he's just like, if she's going to stick around, we need to, we need to be unified one way or the other. He agrees with that. But he's still saying, well, let's just ask her again, give her all the options, and she can decide, because he's just tired of the whole conversation.
Well, I'm still saying if we're going to do that, we should sit on it for the night. I don't mind having her here for one night.
You sure? I mean, we don't know if the Scourge is going to come down on you if that happens.
If he has the ability to text it after one night, over the day, I'm pretty sure he probably already knows it by now. So it's, in my opinion, not that much big of a risk. And because it's me that's taking it for the most part.
Fair enough. I mean, this is your domain, not our domain. So we wouldn't be held responsible for what you're doing here.
You sure about that?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's one way or the other, I just can't throw someone out onto the streets like that. Even if it's, with good advice, it's just not what I'm going to do, not what I'm comfortable with. If you all three decide that you're going to kill her, I'm not going to be able to stop you, but as long as it's indecisive, I think that's the best course.
Well, David's not going to kill her either, so it would be either me or Marcus, and I think Marcus is pretty ambivalent. I don't want to speak for you, but I think that's what you said before.
At this point, I don't care one way or the other.
Yeah, so I guess Byron will just shrug, say, all right, she's yours, and then he'll be off, I guess, if everyone else agrees.
I'm going to give you some advice, Joseph. If she starts to struggle, just start cutting her.
Wow.
Thank you. I think I can figure it out as much.
Just saying. I guess Byron and Marcus are off.
All right. Then I'm going to head in and get my handcuffs back, unless Joseph wants me to leave them on her.
I think if you don't mind, I'll give them back to you later.
All right. Well, then, at least tell her that she has the option of LA.
I will be sure to.
I'll even try and chip in for the bus pass, unless we're just going to, buy it with the real estate money.
Okay, so I think it's time for me to reveal that last little dot, that secret I didn't have, because it would be difficult to go on with what I plan on without sharing it. Unless Grimith has a reason for me not wanting to.
You're more than welcome to share whatever details about your character that you want to. You might want to actually do that in character with interacting with the girl, though.
Okay.
So, as the three of you are leaving, though, it is 2:45. You spent a lot of time waiting around and harassing each other, basically trying to debate on what to do. There's only a few hours left before daylight's gonna hit. But
okay,
I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say, it wouldn't be too difficult for you guys to get transportation back. It would just take, some time since you're all the way in Queens.
Well, if they want, I'll have one of my retainers drive them.
Drive them to their havens. I am sure they will all agree to this.
Drive them nearby their havens. And then drop them off on the streets.
Just to the nearest metro stop, that'd be fine.
Drive them to wherever they want to go, so long as it, well, no, if they want to drive off to the edge of the sunset, I don't care.
Retainer's fine.
Yeah!
Alright, I'm gonna stop interrupting you now, Sean. Ball's in your court.
Okay, then, I want, I do want Craig in there with me, so I'd assume Rayan would be the one driving them. I want Craig there because he'd be actually possible of, fighting her off. When I go in,
The first thing you'll notice then is that the metal link between the two individual metal circlets has been broken. The metal circlets are still around her wrists, but she snapped the metal link. She's still sitting in the corner.
Motherfuck.
They were your favorite
Okay.
pair, weren't they?
Either which way, I take them off. I have the shotgun still. Craig's not necessarily good with it. And then I ask her to sit down on the bed.
You exude such a comforting aura now that the more threatening people have been removed. Especially the man who is brandishing that stake for most of the time. She complies with you quite easily. It is also noticed that she's actually still trembling, and you could deduce that this is perhaps for the fact of, since you're so comfortable with people and have dealt with so much situations over the years, quite possibly from severe hunger. And she, in her severe determination and fatalism, has been able to push that back. But if you say left her in here for another day or two, you might open the door and find that she has completely gone into frenzy.
Well, I'll be able to fix that. But, I sit her down, and I tell her very directly, me and my friends do not always see eye to eye on certain things. One of these is a certain sect, the Anarchs. Personally, it's looked down on to support them. However, I do share this idealism, this desire for freedom, and this lack of fear of the lowers rising against the betters that are the uppers that some of my friends may not quite see eye to eye on with me. And so I really do want to help you. I want you to be able to be who you want to be. And there is a small group of anarchs here in the city. Now, it may not be safest with them, but I think if anyone, they would be the best suited to getting you safe. Either in the city or outside the city, somewhere on the West Coast, in Los Angeles, or any of the other free cities I can think of off the top of my head. As for the hunger, I'm not sure I'll be able to fix it tonight, but I will make sure to get you blood tomorrow. For the time being, though, I do want to keep you safe, and so I think if you're willing to, it may be safest for you to stay in here for the night.
Most of what you said has clearly gone over her head. It's beyond her ken. She doesn't really get a whole grasp of the politics, and she doesn't even know enough to attempt to feign understanding. But she is giving you that sort of nod where, like, a confused person is just going along with something.
Kind of nod I get a lot. In character.
Right. It's not like the pitiful, like, polite nod. It's more along the lines of, okay, what choice do I have?
Well, in that case, I do want to do my best to inform her of what I can of the sex and to get her a little bit up to speed. But other than that, there's not a lot I think I can do besides trying to get her off on her way as fast as possible. Oh, which does mean that as soon as I leave the room, I do want to call one of my herd and make sure they're there as soon as dusk falls.
Okay.
You sure you want to risk one of your herd getting munched on by a nearly starving vampire?
Oh, in a cup. I'm not that stupid.
Fair enough.
Just because he projects this aura of goody-goody two-shoes doesn't mean that,
I'm crazy, not stupid.
Right. Alright, that's how you'll be spending the rest of your night then, before morning comes. As for you three, who have all, you've eventually, made it back to Astoria, though it's taken some time, you've got a couple of hours before, you really want to be in your haven. This is now Monday morning. Early Monday morning, so there's practically fuck all for you to do if you wanted to go out and party.
What's the role for hunting for mortals?
Yeah, I was going to ask that too.
Well, in your domain, it'd be pretty goddamn easy. So much so that I might end up simplifying the situation and just force you guys to give me a 1d10, and that would be based on, I don't know. Let me check the hunting section, unless one of you people find it quicker than me. This motherfucking book. Fuck you, White Wolf. Fuck you.
I know domain, you have in it reduces your hunting difficulty by 1.
Yeah, I knew that too. But it's also like, this is not a happening time of day. There are not people out.
Party time.
Monday morning is not party time.
True,
Page
but
200
it's time that someone's wasted coming off the streets.
Page 269.
Okay, yeah, I was going to point you to the same page. You roll whatever combination of attribute and ability makes the most sense for whatever method you're trying to use. Like appearance plus subterfuge for trying to drink in a nightclub, or stamina plus athletics for chasing people through a city, that kind of thing.
Okay. I thought there was a simpler rule for the situation rather than breaking it down. I guess that is it then. Alright, that's fine. Success on this roll indicates that the vampire is found and subdue her prey. Alright, this is Astoria is a downtown business district of sorts, and not heavily patrolled. There's not a whole lot of traffic out. We'll go with difficulty 6 minus the all of the domain points you guys have gotten, which is 5.
Yeah.
So roll 1d10s, and if you roll a 1, you botch that. We have to go from there. Otherwise, you're going to successfully feed. One D19. You have to roll it. There you go. You're good.
Yeah, it doesn't make you do roll if you put them all in brackets, or maybe I just didn't notice I was doing it.
Beautiful.
So the Nosferatu rolled a 1.
Fucking beautiful. What do? I get, like, stabbed or something when I try and feed from someone? Walk back with 1 point of bashing on me?
Okay. Let's see, you two, you two succeeded. You may now ingest as many blood points as you wish. If memory serves, from a normal human vessel of 10 blood points, you can only take about 2 or 3 at best safely. You start taking more than that, then they're going to have to seriously worry about their health for, like, blood transfusions and stuff.
Alright, well, I'll take 3 then.
Okay.
Wait a second. A vampire may take only 20% of the vessel's blood, 2 blood points for a normal human, and leave it relatively safe.
Okay, then, only 2 blood points then, unless you want to start jeopardizing whatever human you found's health then.
Nah, 2's fine then.
Okay.
I'm fine with 2 as well.
Okay, Nosferatu! Oh man, I wasn't prepared for this. It's time to start thinking on the fly. You have, let's see what sort of examples they give here. Okay. In the process of choosing a vessel, you did find it, but she was a prostitute, a Monday morning prostitute. So many great ideas.
Whoa. I mean, I don't know if I'm willing to do that. Aren't we still kind of near the end of the HIV scare?
Well, you weren't exactly thinking about that at the time.
Fair enough.
And, with your roll of 1, you did find her, and, you did eat her, but perhaps due to the anger of her profession, you, accidentally killed her.
God fucking damn it.
In which case, I think it's a conscience roll that's required. Was it conscience 8? You're gonna have to remind me on this one too. I'm going to consult the morality section for this. For degeneration. Let's see, yeah. Whenever a character takes the action that is morally questionable, yeah, commits the conscience roll of 8. And you cannot use willpower for an automatic success.
So, difficulty 8, or I need 8 successes?
I don't think you need 8 successes. I think it's a difficulty 8.
Oh, goody.
So just want to make sure your humanity is 6. So yeah, I think this is something that you would care about.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. All right, let's see how this goes. Also, there isn't currently any authority to ask for permission when making vampires, right?
No. Your best guess would be to try to ask the sheriff, but in this regard, up to this point, there's like a moratorium on childer. That's not to say that people don't break that, but the official ruling is no childer.
I succeed.
There's going to be a bit of some pangs in your mind for some time to come. You thought she was disgusting and what she did, but you didn't mean to do that. And you recognize what you did as, yeah, it was morally wrong, but it's not something that you plan on doing again. In which case, though, since you kind of killed her, I suppose you can go ahead and fill your blood pool up to full.
Oh, wow. No, that makes it all worthwhile. Gee,
Yeah.
how fucking great.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna take this corpse back to, how long does it take for a body to cool?
I don't know.
Well, because it's, the rule on making chowder is as long as it's still warm.
Again, all you have is a shrug for me. We'll say that since you did it really close to your haven, so you'll be fine by the time you get back to your haven.
Alright. And what are the rules on Embrace? Is it just give them a point?
Yeah, I think so. Complete exsanguination, and then you bestow a point upon them.
Alright. And I'm going to try and do that.
Okay. Your character, after just realizing the whole futility,
Oh, Nosferatu hope.
just hopes that he can make the situation better, and it's part of the whole rationalization process that he's going to go through. And you give her the blood point, and hoping, just thinking, this is going to work, and she can help you achieve your side jobs, or maybe you'll just send her away, and, you didn't mean to kill her, but she can make something better for herself than what she was doing.
Well, she's going to have to, because, I don't know.
But some time passes. You've never done this before, so you're not entirely 100% sure how long this is supposed to take. But she's still lying there, the blood that you put in her mouth just slowly drizzling back out of it.
Well, I'll just keep waiting until the sunrise forces me to pass out in here, or she sits up.
More time passes. And then doubt starts to enter your mind. A situation about hopes and dreams. about what your character used to be and what he thought that he could do back in his mortal life, and how that was taken away from him by his sire. And whether this could be another example of what that bastard did to you, because she's still not getting up.
Well, I guess David's just gonna...
And then with the coming of the sun, eventually your body will. I think you can make some sort of like difficult willpower test to try to hang on during the daylight. I don't remember I don't remember what that exact roll is. It might be difficulty 8.
Well, let's see. I've got 4 willpower. I don't suppose that this action would fall under my my code of honor, would it?
Seeing as how you rationalized what you did to her, and how you trying to attempt to make things better, sure.
Okay. Then that will lower the difficulty by 2.
Okay, we'll go with difficulty of 6 then.
I stay awake.
You do. I don't recall how often that has to be tested, or whether it's just one successful test, or what.
I'm not sure. It might be like once every hour or once every 10 minutes, or... I don't know.
I suppose it'll be eventually that your character will be overcome with fatigue then, and just slump over there in his haven by the dead, unanimated body of the human he killed. And I think that's actually a good time to end the session.
Always good to end on a high note.
I mean, this is the world of darkness,
totally.
right?
Yeah, I mean, it's all optimistic and glittery and happy fun time sparkles.
Alright, so in that case, this was my first time game mastering Vampire the Masquerade. What did you all think of the session?
I thought it was pretty good.
Same.
Ditto.
Very good winging at the end.
Well, I didn't know exactly how the party would respond to her, Leslie, Cutter, if you even found her. Which, you noticed at the end there that, the difficulty roll was 9 for David to even have a shot at spotting anything. Otherwise, she just would have been left in there. And of course, I didn't know that he was also going to botch his hunting roll.
Yeah, no, that turned out... No, that was wonderful.
You fucking used all those high successes back there being super sleuth, man.
Yeah, no, totally. You know, I'm great at doing everything except when it matters.
No combat in this session. It was a possibility, as all things, whenever you guys have your own sandbox to play around in, just didn't end up happening.
Yeah, I almost want to ask what would have happened if we'd stuck around for that fog, but I know that that's probably a big reveal that'll happen later on.
Yeah, that's something that I can't say because it might pop up in a future session.
Yeah.
That's good. Of course, there's still going to be a lot of rustiness with the rules. I apologize for not knowing the things better. Just too many things I'm trying to keep in mind in my head. I'll make sure to review those better for next time. Maybe if I can write the White Wolf and beg them for a better book.
I wonder if there's a sheet out there, like a crib sheet for all some of these common rules.
I mean, there might very well be, considering the the popularity of the vampire game. So popular they made a 20th anniversary edition with all the errata and the implements for the elders and what have you.
I've heard it said that White Wolf, though they produce good games, tends to produce some of the worst formatted books out there in terms of actually finding the stuff you need.
Is Requiem better formatted?
Yes, it's a little bit better formatted, actually.
Okay. See, I know that
Just,
since... Okay.
Just as an FYI, I found the rules for staying awake during the day, and they're not pleasant. It's page 262, and it's upon stirring, vampire must make humanity or path roll difficulty 8. Each success allows the vampire to act for 1 turn. 5 successes means you stay awake for an entire scene.
Okay, so I would have passed out in pretty short order anyway.
Yeah. I knew
Yeah,
it would be quick, I just thought it might be like an hour thing, but one scene...
Yeah, one
At
scene
best.
is like an hour or 2.
And that's if he got 5 successes, otherwise it'd just be from turn to turn.
Yeah,
I mean, I
like
could do the roll right now if you want, just so we can get an image of what happened.
Sure.
And this would still be a difficulty 2 lower in this situation, right?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and keep working on that, so difficulty is 6. That's,
So there you go.
Yep, there we go.
2. Would have stayed active for 2 actions before I finally passed out.
Right. And I do believe those keep stacking as well, like since you're awake you can keep continuing to test willpower, so it's possible you could have carried on for several hours, but law of
Sooner or
math
later.
being what it is, eventually you collapse.
So, yeah.
You just wanted to get that out of the way on the first session.
Well, I mean, in that situation, that's what he would have done.
I don't blame it. I mean, it's not like he knew. I didn't know that you were going to kill someone either.
Yeah. I mean, I was hoping to save it for a different point, but, situation being what it was.
No one's going to miss it, right?
I mean,
Not some skanky Monday morning hoe.
that's going to be one of the things he actually, researches in the coming nights. See if she had any family, track them down, give them money, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Well,
No,
it
this
better
was-
come out of your cuffs fund, because you know you're not getting those back.
So, this will be the sort of time, too, where you guys can also discuss in-character material between yourselves now, even outside of the sessions, because now that we got the ball rolling, it's kind of up to you guys on when you want to, like, as a group, commence, like... I mean, we've ended now on December 5th, like, the day has just turned the morning, or whatever. I gotta check my 1998 calendar. I might have lost a day somewhere in there. Doesn't matter for now, but, when you guys want to, since this is a sandbox, the world's gonna move on without you. So whenever you guys want to do something in the world, not just as yourselves, but as a group, then the next week you tell me what date the session's going to start.
You got it.
Sounds like a plan.
And if that involves you guys getting together and talking more about things, if that involves you asking me questions about stuff over Skype, it's perfectly acceptable.
Honestly, we're probably going to want to start it the next night, just because we still have the situation with the girl to resolve.
And not to mention all the crazy shit that's happened to you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is really up a little bit for debate if I'm going to try to do that myself, hurry her out the door, and if I do, if I'm going to try to hide it.
I mean,
So-
that can always just be a short scene that we have at the beginning of the next session, too. It doesn't have to be the start of a whole big thing, either.
So there's some out-of-character reveals that you all wouldn't have known about from other players. The priest is an anarch.
Not officially, but...
That really doesn't bother me.
Aren't anarchs just a part of the Camarilla anyway?
Technically,
Uh,
yes.
Yeah, technically they're under the auspice of the Camarilla, but they're, it's at least worth a 1-point secret.
He would have been swept onto Staten Island for starters, along with all the other anarchs in New York City.
Technically, everyone in the spot is in the Camarilla as well.
Like I said, whenever those ivory tower motherfuckers in my intro deign to lord over all kindred, yeah, they do mean all of them.
Yeah, but see, the difference is the Anarchs are actually under them, like the Camarilla does rule over them, while the Sabbat are under them in that the Camarilla says they're all going to die by them.